Mamelodi Sundowns Nedbank Cup semi-final at Stellenbosch FC on Sunday. It's a mouth-watering prospect. Sundowns are the top side in the country, but Stellies are on a long unbeaten run themselves and could not be going into the semi-final in better form. Newzroom Afrika's Vuyo Macoba previews tomorrow's game.
Mamelodi Sundowns have had to quickly dim their DStv Premiership celebrations with a crucial semi-final fixture awaiting them this weekend against Stellenbosch FC in the Nedbank Cup. To look ahead to that fixture on the weekend is soccer Laduma football journalist Danie Faver. Danie, appreciate your time as always on Newzroom Afrika. As I mentioned in my intro, dimming those league celebrations, but I guess them clinching this title at this crucial period, making sure that they forget about the league and fully focus on the Nedbank Cup this weekend.
Yeah, crucial fixture, especially coming up against a team like Stellenbosch. You'd want your team to be in their best possible form. We saw that. I mean, they just walloped Kaizer Chiefs 5-1 at the FNB Stadium. So it speaks to a team that has quickly brushed off their loss in the CAF Champions League. We know that one must have hurt. But what a nice way to bounce back and say that we're winning the league and we're winning it in such style with 6 games to spare. I think that speaks of a dominance. But if anything, this will be the biggest test for the season, definitely. You see that Stellies team, 25 games unbeaten. It's by no fluke, you know what I'm saying? So we're looking at potentially, arguably, the game of the season. Even the final after this probably won't be as big as this game. I think just because of the two teams going into it, Sundowns with their own record, Stellenbosch with their record, top game in prospect.
Another thing that Coach Rani understands is the mind behind Stellenbosch and Coach Steve Barker and what he's been able to do with the team over the years. I guess even at this point, they feel like a team that can go on and win titles as much as anybody can speak about whether the Carling Cup for them is an official or an unofficial competition. But one thing that it has done, it has evoked, sort of that energy to say we can actually go on and win title, especially when you look at the fact that they've even reached the semi-final last season. Coach Rulani Mukwena understanding that in that sense that there's a beautiful mind in Steve Barker on the other side that can hurt them if they don't prepare properly.
Not just the beautiful mind in Coach Steve Barker, we have to give credit to him. He's managed to galvanize his team, managed to get a lot of youngsters working, hungry, and I think he's found that balance between young and old. But I think the hunger in the Stellies team, they have a never say die attitude where sometimes they aren't playing their best football and yet they still get the result. They play as if every game is their last, and I think that has been a big catalyst for them performing as well as they do. And I think they're the worst team to want to come up against because they have nothing to lose. Let's be honest, they got a taste of silverware, the Carling Cup, their first ever since being promoted. They have the longest serving coach in the DStv Premiership, which speaks about continuity. They knew that their time to shine would come. There was no quick fix. They didn't buy a status. They aren't buying big name players. They harvesting their own players from within the academy, and now they're on the biggest stage of them all, the Nedbank Cup, where anything can happen. It's a cup of dreams. They're playing against Sundowns. If you remember, I think 2 seasons ago, Sundowns had gone on a long unbeaten run until Stellies came to town, and I think Stellies stamped them 3-0. So it is a team who knows how to beat Sundowns. Coach Rulani is aware of that. But also, in order for them to beat Sundowns, they have to bring their A game, and if not a bit more than that.
Where is this match won? I mean, yes, a cup game needs to be won in goals. You've got Ikram Reyners that side who's going for, that goal scorer of the season, but also on the Sundowns side, you see Ribeiro is also putting his name up and still going for that. Even last night, you saw how he's performed for Mamelodi Sundowns. Where do you see this game being won and by who?
I think we have 2 of the top goal scorers in the league at this point. Ikram on 14, I think we have Ribeiro on 12 now. It's a lot of goals between 2 players. But what we have seen with both teams is that the goals don't only come from those 2. You look at the support staff. You look at Devon Titus on the side of Stellenbosch. You look at Oniset Ora, I think that's his name. It's so dangerous. They have that interchangeable movements between the 3 of them. Similarly with Sundowns, Tashreeq Matthews now scored a brace. I think it's his 5th goal overall. He looks like he can score whenever he's on the pitch. So perhaps the focus moves away from the main guys and more to the staff around them. But I think defensively is where it's going to be key because we have 2 of the best attacks in the league and the defenses will be put to their test. We know when the Stellies in, there's someone who was with Sundowns before, Thabo Malesane, born and bred here, he was harvested here, he was developed here, so he would know all about what the Sundowns attackers. I think goalkeepers are going to be crucial as well. Sage Stevens, see how incredible he has been. Crazy stat is that both goalkeepers are currently the 2 top ranking goalkeepers in terms of clean sheets this season. So you see that this is a game of the highest order.
Delamin, appreciate your time. Keep putting out those stories. Coach Fulani's grandmother reads your paper, but appreciate all the knowledge, especially when we are talking about the beautiful game.
Thank you so much for having me.
Soccer Laduma football journalist Danie Faver just helping us look ahead to the semi-final fixture between Mamelodi Sundowns and Stellenbosch FC, a crucial one for both sides. Of course, with Mamelodi Sundowns still going on their chase for a treble this season. For Newzroom Afrika on Channel 405, I'm Vuyo Macoba at the Mamelodi Sundowns base in Macoba.